We are political players who would be interested in any competition, political competition in this country. But we also exercise some care while doing this. How would it look if we announced a candidate for Kawente North just a few days after Ssegirinya is buried? It would seem as if we are actually we're waiting for Ssegirinya to die. And yet as a party, we wished him well. And so I think that we are going to allow the mourning period to pass. You know, the controversies even involved and the pain that the family faced during the burial. For us, we think this was the greatest embarrassment that we have experienced as a country among the political elite. That we had two different ceremonies taking place on account of the same dead person. That we had tears beyond mourning of Ssegirinya. So we are going to allow the family to mourn their dear one. In any case, the Electoral Commission has not, in fact, I doubt whether Parliament has written a letter yet informing the Electoral Commission of that vacancy. So we want to exercise some bit of restraint. But that said, the leadership of the party is going to sit. We listen to each other. We do not dictate. I cannot, as president, come here and say, yes, we are going to be involved in this exercise. You should also remember that in the election of 2021, we presented a candidate in Kawempe North. We have got to carry a survey of whether the ground has remained the same or it has shifted. So there are a number of considerations that are going to be taken before we finally make the announcement. So hold your breath. If this is going nowhere, we are around and we shall make a statement when the need arises. I don't think NRM has really got anything to celebrate. Deep in their hearts, they know they have failed this country. 39 years of their existence, and we still see poverty levels going through the sky. 39 years of their existence, and you know, as I said earlier on, social service delivery is very poor in this country. 39 years of corruption and stealing from the underprivileged. You saw people taking mabatis belonging to the Karimojong, the poorest community in this country. 39 years of nepotism and patronage. 39 years of poor policy, foreign policy, where we as a country are known for interference in the affairs of other countries. 31 years of adulteration of the Constitution in order to foster a one-man rule indefinitely and to prepare for a continuation family rule. 31 years of youth, 39 years of youth suffering without jobs, qualifying from universities, paying for their education, and they cannot be meaningfully employed. So there is an array of things that can be said in relation to the failure of the NRM. 39 years of lack of democracy, the rule of law, lack of respect for human rights, where people are taken, to court just like that, to any court. What is there good to be said about NRM? And that is why we as a political organization have continued to fight to ensure that Ugandans are presented with a better nation. I think I did not deliberately say that there are individuals who have come up wanting to return to the party, or there is an individual, Mr. Kibet. I said hundreds are on their way back to their party, and soon even thousands will be coming to their party. This will involve not only those who were originally with us, but we know that the FDC as it is now is the preferred choice for most Ugandans who want change to happen in this country. And so we are like the light in the darkness that is now attracting everybody, and it makes us very happy, because coming from a point where we were almost written off, from a point where people prophesied our death, they actually said we were dead, buried, and our funeral rites performed. But here we are, a point of attraction to all Ugandans who want to see something different happening in this country. Mr. Kibet talked about a united opposition, and he asked whether the challenge might be on who becomes a flag bearer for the presidency. Cooperation or even coalition can be at different levels. I think that we make a mistake when we look at the topmost level alone. But while I am addressing this question, I also want to decry disunity within the political parties in the opposition, which is going to become an encumbrance to such unity. Factionalism within opposition groups must be sorted immediately for any form of cooperation, coalition, or unity to ensure. Gladly for us, we are masters at dealing with internal problems. And it's the reason why I said we have now peace and quiet in the FDC, and do not have any impedance whatsoever to our progress as a political party arising from internal difficulties. And therefore we now have all the time in the world to tackle the person with the ball, which is again a great achievement on our part, and I'd like to thank my colleagues who have made this possible. I I did mention, of course, that we will be having a National Delegates Conference in June to elect our flag bearer. We have decided that this takes place in June to give us enough leverage to understand how 2026 is going to play out, because as you are aware, the Electoral Commission will be nominating presidential flag bearers in October this year. Our e-registration. When we set out to do our e-registration, we said to you, Mr. Mayanja, I hope you were here during that press conference, that our e-registration is an ongoing exercise. It's a work in progress. We also stated to you that what we are looking for are members, those who are willing to pay for their cards and continue to subscribe to the party. This does not mean that we have given up on sympathizers and supporters and well-wishers. We also gave the example of one of the outstanding democracies in the world, and that is the UK. You know, where I think the ruling party, the Labour Party today, in a democracy of 45 million, has only about 350 registered members, 50,000 registered members. So to answer your question directly, I don't have the exact figure. We'll have to check on that. But my estimation the last time that we got feedback is that we have registered up to 50,000 members. Now those are committed members, those who will die for the party, those who will contribute financially to the party, those who will campaign for the party, and that is a large number. We are very happy about what we have achieved. And we are also going to go out. You clap for us for that matter, members of the media. We are also going to go out to continue with this exercise in the second phase of mobilization. Lili Katigundo, about Dr. Kizza Besigye. You will recall that here I issued a statement on the incarceration of Dr. Kizza Besigye. I did issue a statement, first relating to the manner in which he was kidnapped, but secondly, on his presence in the military court. We did issue a statement. And the dictatorship has continued to try him in the military court without any regret. It would seem like flogging a dead horse to continue to tell Museveni and his military judges that it's a wrong thing to continue trying Dr. Kizza Besigye in the military court, because they have blocked their ears. They are not going to listen to anything. They have not listened to counsel to the accused, Dr. Kizza Besigye, and our elder Obed Kamlege. Instead, Aaron Kizza has been given 9 months in jail unfairly. They have not listened to the voices of political players in this country. They have not listened to the voices of civil society and the international community. They have not listened to the voice of these many activists who have always appeared in Makindye court. Will they listen to the voice, an extra voice of the FDC? We are dealing with a military dictatorship. That is one thing that you must know. That is insensitive to the feelings of the population. That is insensitive to what the population says. That is insensitive to the rule of law. The reason why I think that, and Dr. Kizza Besigye is not the only one who has gone through this suffering. Many of our activists have suffered the same fate. There are people who are still within the military court, and we have spoken to this. So I think what we are really going to do, for me, I've always told people signing papers and issuing threats is not going to help. Action is what will help the fate of political leaders facing the similar situation to that of Dr. Kizza Besigye. So it is not right to accuse us of not standing in solidarity with him. We have stood in solidarity with him. We don't have to announce how we do this, because behind the curtains we have engaged. That is all I can say.
Thank you.